The member for O'Connor.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, and I acknowledge the Minister for being here today, and I thank you for taking an interest not every Minister has. Minister, my home state of Western Australia, and in fact my electorate of O'Connor, is the region most affected by the government's disastrous live export ban. With the end of the summer shipping moratorium, the Middle East market would normally be clamouring for livestock. There is not one single export vessel in Gauge Roads. There is not one single order for WA sheep prior to the end of the year. Now, Labor will maintain the ban does not come into effect until May 2028, and there is adequate time to transition. But effectively, the ban has already started. Shearers are out of a job, transporters are selling their crates, stockies and exporters are waiting for orders for shipments that may never come. WA sheep numbers have fallen from 12.5 million in 2023 to 9.4 million today, and are forecast to hit 7.6 million by the 30th of June next year. This will have a dramatic effect on the price of sheep and sheep for meat export as well as domestically, and a collateral negative effect on wool production. And if anyone thinks this is just a WA problem, think again. Where do you think the sheep to restock Eastern States Farm after the current drought will come from? WA, that's where. And with part of this phase-out package earmarked to investigate long-distance land transport, and with the government putting animal activists before producers and consumers, you may not have that option for much longer on the East Coast. Minister, with respect to the dramatic decrease in confidence in sheep numbers as a result of this ban, can the Minister outline what impacts and implications and repercussions will be for our farmers and the whole supply chain if this deeply concerning trend continues? And can the Minister outline what contribution the policy ban to live exports has made to this significant drop in WA sheep numbers? Minister, the Albanese government's decision to forcibly shut down Australia's live export industry is blatantly ideological and not predicated on any available evidence or science. From the moment this government was elected more than 3 years ago to when they rammed through their disastrous legislation in July last year to ban the industry by May 2028, to when Labor announced the woefully inadequate transition package, not one minister has been able to cite any data which justifies the end of this lawful and sustainable industry. Government decisions on agriculture need to be based on facts, not extreme animal activist agendas which hurt innocent people. Will the Minister stop treating WA sheep producers with cruelty and contempt, and please explain any scientific or animal welfare data which supports this government's policy to end live sheep exports? Minister, Labor's legislation to shut down the live sheep exports, which was slammed through the Senate with guillotine debate in July 2024, was followed by an announcement of a $139.7 million live sheep export transition package, which was announced in October 2024 and it is now October 2025. The policy has inflicted a devastating human toll across impacted regional communities in WA. Shamefully, it has thrown many livelihoods into uncertainty and turmoil. Minister, has even $1 been received by any farmer, transporter, shearer or exporters from this package? Why has it taken so long for any funding to go out the door into the pockets of impacted farmers? Why have we seen such a contemptible lack of urgency from this government? And has the government done any investigation into the mental health impacts this live export sheep ban has caused for farms and families? Minister, the Labor government's transition package sets aside $30 million for the Farm Business Transition Program. These supposedly encourage sheep producers to increase on-farm adoption and uptake of alternative farming systems and practice. They require a matching co-contribution for the grants and are capped at $75,000. This grant program opened yesterday, 15 months since the government ran through its bill to ban the industry and a year since announcing the $139.7 million package. Minister, in relation to these grants, can you answer the following questions? How many impacted producers in WA is the government expecting to apply for these grants? Why are impacted farmers and applicants required to provide a co-contribution to access this funding? And how is it fair that those who have lost their livelihoods have to find up to $75,000 of their own money to receive some assistance from the federal government? Where are they expected to find this sort of money? Minister, there is a glaring lack of detail in terms of what sorts of projects or proposals the Farm Business Transition Program grants would actually go towards, and can the Minister please provide examples of what specific activities an impacted farmer could reasonably undertake in order to access these grants? Thank you, Deputy Speaker.